May it please your ladyship. This is an application.
Lord, I appear for the alleged contempt.
The notice has been, it has been served, my lord, pursuant to directions of your ladyship. Now, your ladyship, with a order dated, the order is at page 16, 28/8/2025. In view of, my lord, the undertaking, there was a query from the Honorable Court that the Speaker was to respond. The Speaker responded through the Secretary. The order is at page 16. The relevant paragraphs, my lord, will be at page 17, para 5 and onwards. The query of the court has been replied to by the Speaker through the Secretary of the West Bengal Legislative Assembly by a letter dated 22nd July 2025, communicated to the Learned Advocate General. Same has been retained with the records and a copy handed over to the Learned Counsel for the petitioners. Secretary of the Assembly has mentioned that entry of the personal security of all members of the House, including ministers, inside the Assembly House precincts is prohibited, and it has been published in the Bulletin Part 2 from time to time for information of the members. Aforesaid bulletins are applicable equally in respect of all members of the Legislative Assembly. As the Secretary of the Assembly has intimated the Learned Advocate General that security arrangement is maintained equally for all members of the Legislative Assembly, irrespective of their political affiliation, accordingly, the court is not inclined to proceed with the writ petition any further. Now, thereafter, para 9, the instant writ petition stands disposed of with the observation that all members of the Legislative Assembly shall be treated equally. Now, the solemn order was communicated immediately on the 29th of August. Your ladyship will find it at page 19. The Secretary, the Director General of Police, the CP Calcutta, the Commissioner of Police Calcutta, as well as the Director of Security, all were intimated about the order. It was further stated that it is also pertinent to mention that the security provided by the state authorities are also not allowed inside the Assembly House precincts, and security arrangement is to be maintained equally for all members of the Legislative Assembly. So this was also categorically indicated. Now, on the basis of such communication, in terms of the solemn order passed by your ladyship, page 20, my lord, a notice, my lord, was, my lord, affixed, my lord, in the assembly, on the assembly gate, my lord, page 20. It's in vernacular. As per directions, it is intimated that honorable ministers and honorable MLAs, personal security will not be permitted to enter the Assembly House precincts. That is the English translation. It's there, my lord, at page 28 also, my lord, the translated version. Now, despite that, on 4/9/2025, paras 5 and 6, my lord, of the petition, ladyship will find it at page 9 of the petition, of the application. In willful and deliberate violation of the solemn judgment and order dated 8/8/2025, on 4/9/2025, the Honorable Chief Minister of West Bengal was permitted to enter the precincts of the West Bengal Legislative Assembly accompanied by her full security detail. At the same time, the security personnel attached to the MLAs of the opposition were denied entry into the assembly premises on the basis of a notice dated 30/8/2025 affixed on the gates of the assembly precincts, stating that the personal security of the honorable ministers and honorable members are prohibited from entering the assembly precincts. So, my lord, para 6 is the further act, my lord. It is stated that the notice which was affixed, my lord, was a moonshine, and the chief minister also happens to be a member of Legislative Assembly. Despite the subsistence of, my lord, the solemn order, she was permitted to enter with the full security detail. We have enclosed, my lord, video footages along with the certification as required under the Evidence Act depicting such fact, and, my lord, violation of Article 14, which was, my lord, rather I will say, my lord, bolstered by your ladyship's order, my lord, the contempt of which, my lord, has been filed against now, my lord. So, well, these are the acts of contempt, my lord, and, my lord, relying on the principle, the C-word principle, I say that not only the Speaker and the Secretary are guilty of contempt, but also, my lord, the Director General of Police, the Commissioner of Police, and the Director of Security, who were all made aware. They are all in contempt, my lord. This is a deliberate.
All right.
My lord.
Dear Lordship, may kindly have a look to Milord. The order of my Lord Milord at page 16. The contempt jurisdiction is not a jurisdiction to settle political scores. Number one. Number two is, Milord, unless the list is decided, Milord, there is no contempt. Now, may I place the judgment? The instant writ petition has been filed by the petitioner number one, who is a member of the Legislative Assembly and leader of the opposition, and the petitioner number two, who is also
What is your defense? You please say. Do
Milord,
not read.
yes, first is, Milord, your Lordship was not permitted, if I may use this expression, to decide my objection, because I had raised an objection regarding maintainability of the writ petition. Why? Because security arrangement within the Lok Sabha or Vidhan Sabha, where the state assembly, Milord, is not which is subject to judicial review by the court.
No, do not go back to all those things.
Yes,
Page
yes.
20 is one of the notices which has been affixed in the outer walls of the assembly, right?
Mhm.
Let this be followed. Where is the difficulty?
No. Milord, today, Milord, what is the contempt? Kindly see the acts of contempt which my learned friend has placed before my lord at page 5, page 9, para 5.
Yes.
This is his act of contempt, which is beyond the allegations in the writ petition. Please have a look to me at paragraph 5, and I'll take your lordship through the writ petition as well. In willful and deliberate violation of the solemn order dated so and so, the chief minister was permitted to enter the precincts of the assembly with security attached to the MLAs. MLAs of the opposition bench were denied entry into the assembly premises on the basis of the notice dated so and so affixed on the gates. Then para 6 again he says that the chief minister was allowed to enter with full security.
Is page 20 not applicable for the chief minister?
Milord, page 20 in my very humble submission is not a judgment of the court, a direction of the court.
It is your direction, your notice, your publication.
Yes.
Let everybody follow it.
No, Milord, we are, Milord, distinguishing between, Milord, a constitutional authority. The speaker is a constitutional authority. Milord, the chief minister is a constitutional authority. Milord, the leader of the opposition or, Milord, the other members, they are not a constitutional authority in that sense.
What does in that sense mean?
Because the constitution does not recognize the leader of the opposition. Constitution recognizes, Milord, a speaker, a prime minister, a chief minister, a president. Therefore, Milord, if, Milord, some special arrangement.
What is the requirement? The house is secured. According to you, your police personnel have secured the house. What is the requirement of extra security inside the house?
That was precisely, Milord, my submission.
Right. It was
Yes.
your submission. Let that be followed.
My submission was, Milord, whether this can at all be gone into in judicial review.
The court is
That's why, Milord, your lordship was pleased to, Milord, keep the point of maintainability untouched. Your lordship was pleased not to decide.
Right.
Definitely, Milord. My learned friend, Milord, ought to have carried the appeal from this.
No, he is not aggrieved.
No, there is no direction also. Please have a look to me at the definition of civil contempt, Milord, as per, Milord, the Act. Kindly have a look to it. Please take, Milord, section 2B. Where there has to be a judgment, decree, direction, which means that, Milord, there has to be an adjudication. This way or that way, there has to be an adjudication. Where the moment, Milord, I raise a point of maintainability, your lordship was pleased not to decide that. And your lordship expected that everybody will be treated equally. Now, this observation or this expectation, Milord, whether, Milord, in a case, Milord, it is found to be not as per the observation or the expectation or the desire of the court, Milord, whether it would lead to contempt or not. Well, on that, Milord,
prior to that, you tell me whether there is any requirement of extra security inside the premises.
Milord, that is, Milord, something, Milord, which, Milord, the speaker has to decide. The speaker has to feel.
That means the speaker felt that there was requirement of extra security, which is contrary to what you submitted in the writ petition.
No, Milord, yes, now kindly comes back to the writ petition. The writ petition did not say that the chief minister was being favored and Milord, the leader of the opposition or the members of the opposition bench were disfavored or not favored. Kindly have a look to the writ petition now.
If I can remember correctly, allegation was that the members of the ruling party were permitted to enter with the
Right,
security
right.
and the opposition was not.
Yes. Now today that is not the grievance. Milord, now please have a look to the writ petition. Let us see the writ petition, Milord. How far he can extend
All
it.
these matters consume the court's precious time.
I mean, Lordship, he has been Milord on some other
Imagine
day.
what's going
Well,
to
I
happen to
quite
other
appreciate,
matters.
well, I quite appreciate. That's why, Milord, on the previous two occasions, when the matter came up, I said that you please take it on some other date so that I don't waste your Lordship's time. And now I find your Lordship is more hard pressed with the other matter. Kindly may I have but I can come back on some other day if your
Well,
Lordship.
let them file an affidavit
No, no,
stating
no,
that
no.
the
Milord, Milord,
special privilege.
Milord,
Despite being an MLA.
Milord, I would, Milord, first like to, Milord, address
It's
your
an
Lordship.
institutional privilege.
But there's something called parliamentary privilege also. But I would have argued this, Milord, if my learned friend wanted me to address your Lordship on that. This was what I intended to argue, Milord, on the first date. Yes. Now, please have a look to the writ petition.
File an affidavit. There is no
no,
apology
no.
coming. So they intend to explain that there is no contempt. I'll be arguing on that also. The conduct of the speaker.
Milord,
the secretary.
Milord, if he is in hurry, Milord, I can come on some other day.
No hurry.
But Milord, at this point, Milord, has to be decided whether, Milord, on the basis of some observation or expectation by the court, Milord, a contempt lies on them. But this is a question of law. This is a question of law, Milord. Kindly have a look to the writ petition, page 4 of the writ petition, para 3.
I have got more important matters today.
Fix it some other day.
The SLST matters are
I know.
consuming a lot of time.
Yes.
So some time has to be given to them.
Milord, keep it on the reopening week, Milord.
Reopening
Week. I think I do not know whether your Lordship has fixed the calendar or not.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You'll
So
get
keep
to know if
it
it's
keep it
fixed.
Milord on the maybe the first Monday of the year, Monday or Tuesday.
Let them come back with an affidavit because
But I intend to.
On the previous two occasions, my lord, accommodation was sought for by the learned advocate general.
No.
Today he is not seeking accommodation.
No.
Today the court is hard pressed for
No, I
other
appreciate it. I
matters.
appreciate it.
That should be put.
But this is a matter which can wait, Milord.
Yes, because we can otherwise we cannot deal with it unless and until there is an affidavit.
Please come. The instant contempt has been filed alleging violation of the direction passed in the order dated 28th August 2025. Stop. Learned AG opposes the contempt application
All the contempt.
and raises an issue with regard to the maintainability of the same.
All the contempt.
The matter is to be heard. Released 16th of January.
Very good.
It is a Friday.
Very good.
But in the meantime, let them file an affidavit, my lord.
Let us see.
I'm grateful, Milord.
But in the meantime, my lord, the winter session will be commencing, my lord. Well, let the order be complied with. Let them purge themselves from the contempt, my lord. But let there be an observation, my lord, to that, my lord.
Are you feeling any security threat?
My lord, there is an order, my lord. We had
No,
argued the matter, my lord, at length.
See, I am looking at the bigger side
Yes,
of it.
yes.
Are you feeling any security?
There were
threat?
supplementary affidavits indicating, my lord, the security breaches, my lord, which had taken place inside the assembly precincts.
In the writ petition.
Yes, the supplementary affidavit filed
In
for
the
it,
writ petition.
and the application also, my lord. That,
No, that was on
now-
21st of May.
Right.
no,
Right
it is
now.
admitted that it was on 21st of May.
Oh,
Right now, is there any security threat?
But now there is an order, my lord, from the honorable court, my lord.
Right.
It is on the basis of an undertaking, my lord, which has merged in the order. The undertaking specifies
Are you having a security
But
threat?
as of now,
please?
the assembly is not in
All right.
session.
In case there is some difficulty, then
My
you
lord,
can
in
come.
the meantime, the solemn order has to be complied with, my lord.
They will.
Because
notify.
it is a present defiance, my lord.
Yes, yes. Please ensure that these matters are settled at your end only
Yes, yes.
and not just the court.
Well, that is what I intended to,
What
my
is
lord,
sauce for the
address your lordship on the very first day.
Please see that there is
Well,
no
my lord,
security
I gave
breaches
this
and
example.
everything.
But I gave this example, if your lordship recollects, but how, my lord, Chief Justice will arrange the security in High Court, whether any other constitutional authority
Those
can
were
look
all
into
argued,
it.
my lord. Now, even, my lord, before the
Yes, call the other
I'm
one.
grateful, man.
Yes. Contempt.
Your Lordship, we had mentioned the other day.
My application he is mentioning he can wait. It was an contempt of your lordship's order of 25th of August. I'll first highlight contempt and I'll also argue aggravated contempt, not because of 25th of August, your lordship will see the orders at page 100. Please have a look at the operative portion, Lord. A hearing had to be given by the insurance company to me because admitted